Blessed greetings to all my viewers and my subscribers. This is Jah-P Sports Talk. I hope everyone is keeping safe. Sorry, I'm just letting you know this news. But earlier on today, we saw where Cricket West Indies announced a very exciting test squad. Yes. So I'm just gonna run you down right into it. So Captain Rastan Chase, Vice Captain Jamil Warkan, Kevlan Anderson, Craig Brathwaite, John Campbell, Casey Carty, Justin Greaves, Shea Hope, Tevin Imlach, Alzar Joseph, Shamar Joseph, Brandon King, Joan Lane, Mickey Louis, Anderson Phillip, Jaden Seals. So that is the squad that Cricket West Indies put out. Wow, very exciting. And guess what? There are a few players that are not there. In the likes of Joshua De Silva, Alec Artanes, Kavam Adj. Wow, trust me. And there are even no Sinclair, Kevin Sinclair, you know. So the management unit, head coach Darren Sammy, assistant coach, batting coach Fly the River, assistant bowling coach Ravi Rampal, assistant fielding coach Ryan Griffith, team manager Raul Lewis, and physiotherapist Dennis Baham, and so on, So the test series is scheduled to kickstart in Kensington Oval, Barbados, from the 25th of June um, to the 16th of July. So the second match will be in Grenada. Then the third and final test match, a day and night match, will be in Sabina Park. So very interesting series for the West Indies. So trust me, I was expecting some changes, but a few of these changes, you know, I wasn't looking for at all. I was looking for some of these changes at all. I know that Joshua De Silva hasn't been in the best of touch. And we saw where he wasn't picked in that Pakistan series. So we suspect now that Shea Hope is in the squad. Shea Hope may be behind the stump, and Tevin Himlak, if he does get a game in that 11, or I guess it depends on how things goes. But I don't think that they would play two keepers in one match. We anticipate to see the final 11 on that particular day. You know, um, a lot of persons are a bit surprised that Craig Brathwaite is still in the squad. He was in one of the West Indies A match versus South Africa, and he did not do well at all. So there were a lot of speculations to say, are they going to give him the opportunity to play his 100th test match, or are they going to definitely go towards trying to get runs on the board? So very interesting, very interesting. Like to see the likes of Casey Carty. We definitely know that Casey Carty has the potential. And we know that Justin Greaves has the potential and as a backup bowler also. Seeing the likes of Brandon King in the test squad here, very interesting. Happy to see that these guys have thrown their hat in the ring and said that yes, they want to play test cricket. So we are very happy to see that. I think it's going to be a very tiring series for Alzar Joseph. He has been bowling, playing T20 cricket and all sort of stuff. ODI, so I think it's going to be a little bit tired for him. Anderson Phillip is currently playing in that 4-day match. I think it has probably end today. Jaden says suspect he's getting some rest. And Joan Lane, very young bowler, getting called up, you know. So John Campbell also getting called up back to the West Indies squad. Well done. Kevlan Henderson, I must say, out of all of them, this is a well needed call for Kevlan Anderson. He has definitely been scoring runs, and I'm happy to see that he has gotten a call up. Well deserved. Shamar Joseph have been off the scene a little bit a while, and we're happy that he's in the team, hoping that he has been working. Yes, my viewers, so I beg your pardon right there. So, I was happy to really see Kevin Henderson, and for the other players out there that wasn't named in the squad, you know, I'm sorry that you did not make the squad, but it is also an opportunity for you to work harder. You understand me? Continue to put the work in and hope sooner than later you will be in the squad. So I'm just going to just read a part of what Director of Cricket Miles Bascom expressed. So the start of the Test Championship cycle is critical to building positive momentum as we strive to work our way up the rankings. Beginning with a strong showing against a team like Australia, we will be ideal would be ideal in our quest to bring West Indies cricket back to the helm of Test cricket, said Bascom. It was imperative that we sought to put a squad together that is well equipped in both on the batting and bowling departments to manage the ebbs and flows of the format of the game while possessing the ability to apply pressure in key phases through discipline, proposal, play. Trust me, this series versus Australia is going to be a very challenging one, and it's gonna take the West Indies to play their A plus game. You understand me? It's going to be a series where you cannot take anything for granted. You have to go out there, push your best foot forward, the best hands forward, and you have to have your thinking cap on. Trust me, because the West Indies cannot just sit down and just hope for things happen. We have to find ways how to make things happen and try to find a way to put the Australians under some form of pressure. You know. So just continue further on into the article. John Campbell returns to the squad, blustering the option at the top of the order after a prolific season, inclusive of the 3 centuries. And so at the top of the order, in case Mickey Louis not going well or Craig Brathwaite not going well, there's an option to for John Campbell. You know, I'm just gonna read a part of what head coach Darren Sammy had said. We analyze what the top teams in the world are doing and what is needed for us to bridge the gap. We have identified a direction along with the group of players and resources to give us the best advantage as we seek to take the team up ladder and challenge the best in the world. So that's Coach Darren Sammy. So he's continuing. I am excited about the inclusion of young prospect Kevin Anderson, who comes in after solid seasons in our domestic competitions to help to provide stability in the top order. While the return of Shea Hope is welcome given his consistency in the white ball cricket, Sammy said Brandon King inclusion fits a role we have identified the need for a special focus to take our team to those closer to the top of the ranking. So, you know, John Campbell is there, and then Brandon King is also there. So basically, there are two options. It's a possibility. If anything, Brandon King may come at three if he does not get to open. So we anticipate to see how things goes as time goes by. As for right now, I wouldn't really sit down and think about the playing 11 for right now. You know, just looking at the squad and hoping that all of these players, they will be keeping a camp. So I just hope that they will just put themselves together, work on their hay game, think about ways they can find to get Australian wickets and stuff like that. Because trust me, this series is going to be a very challenging one. The good thing about it is that we're playing in the Caribbean, but other than that, we have to find ways and means how to get Australian wickets, how to put them under some form of pressure, and how to try and win a game against Australia. Trust me, you know. So as I said, a bit disappointed. Joshua De Silva hasn't been added into the squad. No, Alec Artanes. We know Alec Artanes have been falling out of form a little bit. No, Kavam Adj. Kavam Adj and Alec Artanes are two for the future. They definitely have talent, but for the last series or so, they haven't been doing so well, but you know, it's a down moment for them, but it's also encouragement for them to try and press forward, continue to work on their game, and you just never know. Maybe sooner than later they will be in the squad again. So we anticipate to see how things goes for these players as time goes by. You know, we definitely have to work on our bowling unit. You know, um, There's no Kemar Roach. Oh my God. Almost I forgot this. Almost I jump over this one. There is no Kemar Roach into the squad. So some very interesting things, trust me, my viewers. Very interesting things. No Kemar Roach. Oh, I'm sorry, Kemar Roach. I overlooked you in the squad. It just came to my mind that I'm not seeing Kemar Roach in the squad. So trust me, these inclusion, trust me, it's going to be more swagging around the Caribbean and around the world. We know that Kemar Roach is going up in age, but we suspect that as a senior bowler, he would still be in the team. He's 36 years old, going to be 37 um, later this month. We were suspecting that he's a few wickets away from 300 test wickets, well, 16 wickets away. We were hoping that he will be able to at least go as close as possible to playing a 100 test match and retiring on high. I am not saying that this is the end of Kemar Roach's career. It's a possibility where he may have just wanted some time off or something. I'm not sure, but I know that this test match being played in Barbados, the first match will be played in Barbados. I definitely know that Kemar Roach would have wanted that opportunity to play for the West Indies and try to reach closer to 300 test wickets. So I don't think it's a case where Kemar Roach is injured. I just think it's a case where he just got overlooked and just not into the setup that Cricket West Indies has. You know, so very interesting, very interesting. But as I said, for players out there, it's a discouragement, it's also encouragement. Continue to work hard and you just never know. Sooner rather than later, you will be in the West Indies squad or you will be in some other franchise around the world. So, my viewers and subscribers, if there is anything that I left off, please, I'm asking you all to just drop it in your comment section and let me hear from you what you think. And, as time goes by, I will reply to you accordingly. No Jason Holder in the test squad. Would be open to see Jason Holder in the test squad sometime soon again, but not in this series. No Gudakesh Moti. But as I said, as time goes by, we will anticipate to see how the series goes, hoping that all of these players will keep fit and no major injuries and stuff like that. So we're gonna see how the squad put together. How is it going to match up with the Australian squads? Craig Brathwaite is 32 years old, gonna be 33 in December. He has played what 98 test matches, scoring 5,935 runs. I beg your pardon, not 9,000 of you. So he's approaching 6,000 test runs and approaching 100 test match. So hoping that he will get picked for the first test match in Barbados and hoping that he can get some good runs and let people and Cricket West Indies know that listen, I am no longer the captain, but I still have what it takes to perform as a batter. So we're hoping that he can make a statement on his home ground. So we anticipate to see how things goes. So my viewers and subscribers, I just want to thank everyone for taking the time out and subscribing, like, share, and comment. I wish you all the best for the remainder of the night and for the remainder of the week. I wish that you all keep safe, continue to do what you know is right and just to make everything else flow, you know. So keep safe until next time. Jah-P Sports Star.